Hello everyone, my name is SimValera and welcome back to City Skylines List Design episode 15th, Railroad and Skyscrapers. Yeah, how often do you see these both being together in one video at the same time? Well, we'll try to combine things this time, but first things first, we need to fix something. If you watched episode number 15, you know that we worked on some train stations and last time I got this huge, really long railroad tunnels, which, it was convenient because we didn't have to care about all the buildings that were on our way. We could just draw some lines underground, and that's it. But it just didn't feel realistic, I guess, and it was really bothering me that you don't usually see such long railroad tunnels or even road tunnels. I mean, not talking about La Manche and the railroad bridge that is underwater, but anyway, usually don't. So I wanted to, yet still, we're gonna have to have a tunnel because there is this highway, and I'm not feeling like making this really these bridges that are so high up go so high, and yeah, anyway, so still we will have a tunnel, but it's not gonna be that long as the one that we built in the previous episode. Yeah, just shorter, yeah, just kind of little. So that's what I'm doing, replacing it with the shorter one. And also the video is ahead of me. I've already put the what is it called, a small train station. I believe it is called rural train station or something, but yeah, I got that for our suburban district, for our area. So it is a small train station, yet it works just fine, and this way we will be able to connect our districts not only with the help of roads and buses and metro, but now we have also we also have trains, which is, I think, really awesome that we have all these different forms of transportation, and it's just up for our citizens to choose what is more convenient for them. And so we already have 2 train stations in our city, but we will surely have more in the future, because we are planning to have this really big city at the end. So yeah, there's that. And now I am still drawing some railroads above the ground, because I didn't want to make these tunnels again. So we need to make a connection to already existing railroads, and that's what we're gonna do here. Just some connections on the left side, on the right side. And I'm not actually, I don't actually know that much about the railroad interchanges, connections that are in real life, but I feel like this way what we're doing here, it's kind of it should work. So that's the most important thing ever, that things work. Maybe sometimes they're not really realistic, but still they work. So we have these two what do they call them, crossings or something. So so this way we get an interchange, and trains can choose whether they want to go to the left or to the right. Yeah, and still we're trying to make it in a beautiful way. Now we would like to get rid of some trees, because you don't usually have trees being this close to the railroad. It's kind of dangerous, I believe. And yet sometimes I just remember that I'm not gonna name the city, but I've been in the city, and there were these roads and the trees alongside the roads, and they were so close. And I was in this double-decker bus. It is tall, and the trees are so close that it was actually almost, yet it didn't, almost hitting the bus, and because the trees were so close, it was kind of crazy, but still it worked. Now what I'm doing here is just putting some gravel to fill this area inside our intersection thing. And yeah, you can get this on the Steam Workshop as well. I'm not sure how they call it actually, like something like a brush or texture, like a brush, I believe. Yeah, and you can just put these things, and we got this gravel, and it is super convenient. I'm telling you, I've been using it like crazy recently, and you can just fill all the blank spaces with some pavement or like some textures. Like here it's gravel, or like yeah, some other things that will make the city look much nicer and much more detailed. And yeah, so now we just complement our newly made railroad with some trees, getting rid of some because I felt like we got this really intense forest over there in our farming district. But anyway, now we just want to put some trees alongside our railroad, just like these tree lines, just to kind of separate a little bit our road. It's not a highway, but our along going road with separate with the railroad. Yep. And there I just checked that we don't have traffic lights on our roundabout. And still, because we don't have this really plain land and flat land, we get these hills, that don't look that good. So, you know, when something like this doesn't look good, just put some trees and it will cover it up all. It will just cover all the imperfections. And yeah, I believe so. It's very convenient. Now, we got this rural train station, which I love. Like, such a nice small train station. And, you know, you don't usually have this typical low density residential homes, these houses close to the train stations. So I got rid of some. I dezoned this residential area that we got there, and instead I'm gonna just put like this really nice parking lot with a fountain and just some bushes. Now I put some trees and just kind of like make it all much nicer, and like to have something in front of our train station, so it really feels like there is this main entrance, and you know what I mean. And here we just, you know, put some more details, and like with this pedestrian paths, and connect our roads, and just make the connections and play with the details, I guess. And yeah, that's I guess my favorite thing ever, just put in these details. But anyway, we got these paths going alongside the parking lot, this really nice parking lot. Then I got some trees and put them a bit separately from each other, and put some bushes inside, and then some more trees. But yeah, at first I didn't feel like, I felt like getting rid of some other houses, and so I was trying to find like a playground or something, or maybe like to put another parking lot, but it didn't look good. So no, thank you. Instead I will have some shops, some commercial area nearby the train station. Yet like not much, some like 3 shops or something like that. So not much, but still a little bit. It's a nice touch. So yeah, I felt like putting this playground there, but it didn't feel right. And we also have this metro station right on the right side of the screen. There it is. And we also have a bus station also on the right. So they all kind of close, this metro and bus and train station. And so I feel like we don't need to make some, yeah, see, I got this tennis court or what it is, really nice. And we don't need to make like new bus stops here or some other things, because they're already located quite near each other, which is really good for us. But anyway, now let's just zone some low density commercial. then some shops will pop up, and then just let's complement our paths with some tree lines and some bushes. That's just how we do it here. And yeah, by the way, this whole video I will be like, I know some people don't like when I play the game when it is on pause, because it is much easier for me when the game is paused, so I can destroy anything and it will not corrupt things and will not get me problems. So yeah, as we go, sometimes we will pause the game, and sometimes I will push the play button, so sorry about that if it bothers you. But anyway, as I told you, we got this bus station, and talking about the bus station, you know, on the previous video I got the comment from the Media Man 51. Thank you for reminding me to put some transportation choices, like something like a bus stop or metro station nearby this bigger train station that is in our downtown area. So thank you, that's what I'm doing right now, expanding our already existing bus line that I don't actually really like that much. I felt like changing this bus line, this blue line that we have, because it functions as a circle, and I don't know, but instead I felt like, no, we will expand our central business district, and in this episode we will do some expansions, you'll see. But yeah, so we will have like another bus line that will be much more convenient, I guess, and pleasant for my eyes. So yes, we will have another bus line, so let's just leave this blue bus line as it is. And I also felt like, why not to put a metro station over here, especially since we already have the lines really close to the train station, so kind of like, why not? We have this metro station already, and at first I couldn't find a nice place to put the metro station, because I already planned everything, we already built it all, so we didn't have free spots. So instead I tried to draw some other roads, but it didn't seem to work. So what I'm gonna do is just get rid of this mall and replace it with another one that is kind of like a shape of a square instead of the rectangular. But at first I wanted to, you know, make our land a bit more convenient and just play with the shapes. But anyway, we got this mall, which is really nice as well, just like the other one, so I don't mind. It's really beautiful as well, so why not? Whatever. At least now we have some spots nearby the train station, so we can put our metro. But yeah, I wanted to smooth the ground a little bit, the land, and now let's put the metro station. At first I was thinking about putting this bigger train station that has 2 lines, but I don't know, it didn't seem to work right, yet it did. But I thought that it doesn't work because, you see, we have this blue metro line and it doesn't look like it works. So I felt like, okay, let's get rid of this, put another one, kind of like a regular one. So here it is, and then let's connect. But still they didn't seem to work, so I thought that maybe it's because I had a game on pause, probably because of that. Because you see, we have this blue metro line, but you see, now it's there, but then it disappears. It's kind of like, yeah. So, and I also had some struggle with putting this metro stop, but I managed to do so, so it's all good. Yeah, let's have these stops on both sides, yeah, on this blue metro line. And so this way we will connect the people from the European district and from Central Business District, and like almost from all across our city, we'll be able to get to this train station easily. And then I was just checking if it all works, and you know, it didn't seem like anyone was using this metro station. Maybe it's because I have just placed it, but still nobody was using it. And still, but we'll see. Here people use it, so maybe it will all get better. And yeah, I was just checking that people use these lines. You see, no people. Hopefully they will start using it, but yeah, I feel like I've seen some using it, but yeah, we'll see anyway. And so yeah, people from all over the city will be able to, because we have different lines, on not only the blue one but also the red one, and another one, I don't remember, green. Anyway, doesn't matter. So really like our metro system, by the way. I feel like changing, maybe making some changes later to having like shapes that look much nicer, because they look a bit rough on the edges, these lines that we have for our metro system. But anyway, it's all good, it all functions. So anyway, and here for another incredibly big railroad train tunnels. Oops, got for yeah. Anyway, now we will just get rid of these tunnels, and by accident I deleted part of the metro, so then we put it back anyway. And I didn't like not only the tunnels, but the fact that our passenger trains have to go to this industrial area and use the railroads that are for industry. I didn't like it because it felt like not a good idea. Like I mean, I don't know, I guess in real life it's okay, maybe, but I don't know, I just didn't like the idea of it. So instead we will draw our railroads to another side, so they can have connections to already existing railroads on another side of the river. Because you see, we have this river, so really long. You see, we had these really long tunnels on the previous episode, and now we have these really long railroad bridges. And if you play the game and go on Steam Workshop from time to time, you know that there is this elevated railroad station was released just not that long ago. And before starting recording, I got this elevated train station, but then I got like an error message or something like that was telling me that, you know, you got an error, things are not good with this elevated train station. Because you see, it would be so great to have the elevated train station right when we have these really long railroad bridges. It would make the perfect sense, especially when we will have our townhouse district and central business district like connected, and when they will blend one into another, because that's my plan, to blend the district one into another. So, but it didn't work. Maybe it's all because the mod is still like on the alpha version, but yeah, we'll see. So we got these bridges and I made the connections, maybe not the best connections ever, but still maybe I will change them later. But anyway, and now to expand in our downtown area. As I was telling you, now the episode is called Railroads and Skyscrapers, and now we are done with our railroads. Let's get to skyscrapers part. Yet in this episode, unfortunately, I mean, we just don't have that much time, but in this episode we will only get one skyscraper, but trust me, it is awesome. It is so incredible and so beautiful and so majestic and gracious and marvelous and gorgeous, and enormous and everything. And yeah, you'll see. But still, it took me some time to put it because it is so big and it will change our skyline for sure. I got some skyscrapers and we will definitely put them in our next episodes, probably the next one. But at first I wanted to put the main one, the tallest one. I don't know, and I don't want any other taller buildings to be here because this one is really tall, and I'm not a fan actually of this really huge, crazy, that it is really crazy that they're so tall. But we will have this one, and it's not the tallest one that you can get on the Steam Workshop, trust me. There are the bigger ones, but anyway. And I was, yeah, you see, awesome. So big. You see the skyline changed completely, and now all the other skyscrapers, tall buildings, high-rise buildings that we have in our central business district look so small and look like a joke. And that's the reason why I'm not that big of a fan of these really crazy long tall buildings, because they make all the other high-rise buildings look small and ridiculous. Because you have this 12th floor which is tall, but then you get this that has like, I don't know, 100 floors or something, 200. So and but still I love it. It looks great, really marvelous. And this tower, I believe, is called like Russia Tower or something like that. Yeah, and it's not actually in Russia. It was a project, but it never was made. It was never made. There are other skyscrapers, by the way, in Russia, but not this one. But I'm just telling you, if you want to find it on the Steam Workshop, if you like it, yeah, that's how it's called. And I will leave a link in the description. Hopefully I won't forget to put a link in the description to this really incredibly beautiful skyscraper. But anyway, as I told you, at first it took me some time to I wanted, because it is like the main skyscraper, I wanted to make the most of it and like put it in the middle of things. And you see, I was trying to put it in the middle of a roundabout, but it was tricky, really tricky, because I just couldn't find the center of this roundabout. It was really like, I had to play around with things, but I ended up just not doing that. And not only for the reason that, I managed to put it in the center of the roundabout actually, but not only because of that, but also because this building wouldn't be connected actually to our roads, and so nobody will be able to use it, and we will have all these messages like crime rate is high and you have all these problems because the building is not connected. And I didn't want our main building to not be connected, so instead we will do it differently. And I wanted also to flood the land here, but didn't manage to, because the land is really like hilly and not flat at all here, which is not the I don't like that. I guess it adds realism to this whole thing, but it would be much easier if it all was flat, yet probably less interesting, I guess. So what we're gonna do instead is just put it like this. We got this roundabout, 6-lane roundabout, now we have two of them, the smaller roundabout, and we got this skyscraper which looks awesome. But this time we don't have that much time anymore, so I will just leave you with this skyscraper for now, which looks so awesome, and we will continue expanding our downtown area in the future episodes, probably in the next one, but we'll see. So if you like this episode, please leave it a like or leave a comment with some suggestions if you have them, and until next time, stay tuned and goodbye.